This video will be a little off topic, still on the topic of vinyls, like I did my last vlog, but this is about my video game vinyls. All the video game vinyls that we have are from games that we actually do enjoy a lot. Some of them are more dear to Steve, some of them are more dear to me, but we hope to grow this collection. We still don't have a whole lot of video game vinyls, but the most important ones we do have. I'm gonna start with this one. Days Gone. I love vinyls that don't have the title on the cover. Oh, it's the back of this vinyl really, it really represents the the experience of the game, running away from hordes of zombies. If you've played this game, you know what I'm talking about. It's a unique experience to this game because there are many apocalyptic zombie games out there, but this one introduced this idea of like killing and escaping hordes of zombies. That is just, it's a new level of adrenaline and survival that I think was the most genius thing about this game. And the soundtrack itself is surprisingly beautiful for that genre, very emotional and surprisingly uplifting. This. So you have 2 sleeves in here. Pretty sweet. The black and white work. Oh, that motorcycle. Oh, this is sweet. His name was Deacon St. John? St. John? Really? Yeah, Deacon St. John. I don't like him. I think he's very uninteresting, but that makes him very realistic, I think, because, you know, it's not just because you have an apocalypse that the people who survive will be like super stylish and like Hollywood material. So yeah, that's my first one. And we do have the games right here. Now, Days Gone was primarily like, Steve found out about it and played it, and then I got into it watching him play. So that was a thing that he had to go for, he had to buy it. But this is one that when I found, and I found it by accident at a store, I went nuts. So this is Resident Evil 2. I couldn't believe it when I found it. I didn't even know that this existed. And you see there's the liquor on the front. Raccoon Police Department on the back. Gory. Everything is red, including this. This game is a classic of classics. If I could like compare this to like a heavy metal classic album, I would compare this maybe to like in the realm of video games, it would be like the equivalent to maybe like an Iron Maiden album, or like, yeah, or Injustice for All or something like that. Yeah, for fans of horror games, I mean, Resident Evil 2 was like, come on. And the soundtrack itself, like I remember playing the soundtrack of the Resident Evil, the old ones, it is such a vital part of the atmosphere of the game, right? The theme of the library and the save room just really stuck with me throughout the years. There's a little William here. Just glorious. I love this. I am so proud that I have this. Yeah, here's the game for PS4. This is the remake, which is fantastic. Very gory, very scary. I do miss the old fixed cameras though, but anyway. Now on to my favorite video game of all time. My number one. I absolutely adore this game. And what they did with the vinyl is like on par with the quality of the game itself and on par with the quality of the soundtrack. And it's this. Shot of the Colossus. Front facing the Colossus, back wandering around, and then you open and you see this, and then you open it again. Oh man, this game is the definition of epic and the definition of sublime, and I will make a video about this game. I have to make a video just about this game. I wrote a paper on this game for a philosophy course that I took. An advanced philosophy course that was just about the sublime, the concept of the sublime. I got a very good mark for it. This game represents like one of the reasons why it's worth living. It's because of experiences like the one that this game gives you. I'll leave it at that. It was that impactful in my life back in 2006 when I played it. I think it was released in 2005. It's by Ko Otani. He's a Japanese composer, and the thing about this soundtrack is that it's every song, it sounds like it's being played in a cathedral or a very large and empty temple. There's a lot of echo. It transports you to a physical space. That, to me, is like that temple in the game. It feels like you're listening to it in there. It's absolutely epic and beautiful, triumphant. The word triumphant. Gorgeous. This game is my favorite game of all time. If you haven't played it, you have got to play. If you're a gamer and haven't played this, like, shame on you. You have to play this. Best game ever. Best game ever. Now, I'm gonna switch to another Steve favorite, and this is a rare one. This is not easy to find at all. It's very expensive right now.
I think they just reprinted it, actually.
Oh, really? So it's gonna go down price?
This is the clear vinyl, so I think you still got the white on it.
Okay, so this is like a little bit of a limited edition because the vinyls are the clear ones. So again, it opens like a threefold thing. It's not really my style of game, like the open world kind of thing, but the soundtrack is awesome, and you know, it's The Witcher. I mean, it's a hit, and
it includes the expansions as well. Like, it's the complete Witcher 3.
woo, clear. Look at that. It's beautiful. Oh, so cool. It makes me want to eat it. I didn't play The Witcher, and I didn't follow The Witcher as much as I followed, for instance, Days Gone. I was more involved in it, even though I didn't play it. But the soundtrack of The Witcher is definitely one of the highlights of the game. I think everybody would agree with that. So it's pretty sweet that we have this limited edition of it. Now, here's a very old, unlikely one. I haven't played this game in forever. Killer Instinct. Killer Cuts. So this has the original Super Nintendo Killer Instinct tracks in here. In my opinion, out of all the, you know, arcade fight games, you know, Killer Instinct is the one that has the best soundtrack of all of them. And they're usually not super great with soundtracks, these types of games, but Killer Instinct is. And it's all very metal inspired, especially the one that for Xbox One. It's not this, but that one is so heavy. It's so full of guitar and weight. It's amazing. Killer Instinct is surprisingly very good when it comes to the soundtrack. So I was super stoked. Steve got this for me. It was a surprise, I think, wasn't it? Yeah. So I was super stoked about this one. Look at this cover. It's horrendous. It's Saberwolf, right? Yeah. It's a character that has like probably the most iconic themes in all of the versions of the games. Like his themes are usually like super like killer. The last one, okay, I'm gonna show this and I want people to try and guess. Let's give everybody a moment to try and guess what this is actually. This is like up there as well as one of my favorite games ever. Silent Hill. There's nothing, not even Resident Evil, nothing in my opinion beats Silent Hill in terms of quality of horror. Nothing that I have ever seen, whether it's a video game or a movie, nothing beats Silent Hill in terms of making you feel absolutely disgusted and horrified and tormented. Nothing. And I'm talking about Silent Hill 1 through 4. The other ones not so much, but like the old school ones are just there's nothing like it. Yeah, very religious, very evil. This is the soundtrack for the original one, I believe. It has the intro with that it's not a banjo. What is that instrument, that string instrument? A mandolin? Steve can't do horror very well. Yeah, this is to me like up there with Shadow of the Colossus and maybe one of the Final Fantasies. you know, as my favorite games ever. The enemies in this game are not super threatening in terms of, oh, they are going to kill you, you're gonna have to restart. No, they're not, but it's just the way that they are conceived, the shape of their bodies, the way they move, the noises they make, it just makes you almost empathize with them and feel sorry for the fact that they cannot help their miserable existence. And that is what hits you. It's not a survival thing that makes you just want to run away or shoot the enemy. You do want to run away and shoot them, but there's an extra layer of complexity in your relationship to those monsters because they are so out of the box, they're so geniusly put together that they defy your imagination of what horror is. They push the boundaries of the grotesque. And the soundtrack, I mean, the opening for this one, the Silent Hill one, is absolutely iconic, and the other ones just got better and better. Silent Hill 2, Silent Hill 3 and 4. It definitely sets the mood exactly where it needs to be to match the level of grotesque that the actual aesthetics of the game brings about. I'm also very proud of owning this. Very, very, very dear to my heart. Now, just to cap this, Ghosts of Tsushima is a game that Steve is currently playing. Really awesome stuff. It's very, very cinematic, very graphic. We got the vinyl ordered. It's not here yet, but it's coming. Anyway, that's it. I'll see you on my next vlog. Bye.